Once you have logged into Canvas, look to the left and you'll see modules. Click on modules, and then you can scroll down under week 1 and 2. You'll see assignment program 1 if statement. Simply click on this link, and then it will show you the name of the assignment, the due date, the points, and whether or not it was, how you actually have to submit it. You have to upload a file, and it only will accept .cpp files and .h files with these extensions. And this will be open until January 31st at 11:59 p.m. So the program says, the instruction says, click the following link, which is talking about this one. Then using Visual Studio or Online GDB, type in and correctly compile program 1. Also referring to the header file for assignments. That's a link under announcements. Add a header file to the program that will display the personal information before outputting the program data. Now we will go over this in class also. Once your program has successfully executed, save it and upload it to this assignment. Okay, and that will be by clicking on this link here. Okay, note you will have to download Visual Studio and install it on your computer, or use the online compiler at www.onlinegdb.com. Okay, if you are using a Mac computer, you will need a C++ compiler. Most students that take my class that use a Mac computer downloads Xcode. So as I say, you can download Xcode, and I have the help link in Canvas that you can look at. So what you would do is you would click on this link here. This is the program that you would type in. This is just the name of it. You would start here at #include, and then the less than IO stream greater than. So now I want you to type this program in. This program is error free, but you will notice when you type it, you may mistakenly type some characters that you thought you saw, or either omit characters thinking you don't need them. But you need to get in the habit of coding, and coding in the proper way. All characters are important when you program in C++ or any language. So you would actually type in this line by line into Visual Studio. So in Visual Studio, you had the video that showed you how to open up a video, a file in Visual Studio. So the source file, source.cpp, if you look here, this is basically the program that you had to type. All right, now it is slightly different in that it has this header.h command or header file here, because remember I told you I wanted you to include your header file in your program. So this would be the header file that you would include, and you would add this information, and it would be programmer, and then whatever your name, first and last name is, the course name, program, what it is, software and design programming 2, the program name, which is assignment 1 if statement, the instructor's name, which is my name, and the due date. So you would put the due date, which would be what, January the 23rd, I think. All right, or 30th. Now, once you have typed in this header file and also typed in your source code, like I say, you'd have to do some modifications. So it would be this header file command line here, and calling the function from the header file. All right. So once you type the program, then you would actually run it or build it to see if there is any errors. So if I compile it, if you notice at the bottom, it says build 1 succeed, all right, 0 failed. So my program compiled correctly, meaning there were no syntax errors, but it could be that I have a logical error. So that's why you need to run your program to make sure it does what it's supposed to do. An example, you may have typed the program and maybe not have put all 3 cout statements. So when I'm looking at the output that I should get, it might not give me one of the lines that's needed. So things like that would be points deducted. So I've compiled it, and it said 1 succeeded. Then you do the debug, and then go start without debugging. All right. And what happens is now you would get your actual output. So here it says programmer, and whatever I had in that header file, remember I just had your name, course name, program name, my name, and then due date. But you're going to have your information here. And the prompt says enter 3 test scores, and I will average them. So example, I can enter 70, 85, and 92. So that's 3 scores separated by a space. All right, so that's 3 scores entered. And when I hit enter, it tells me what? Your average is 82.3. Okay, and then the program ends. But if I run it again, I'll close this out. I'm gonna run it again, debug. All right. And then I'll put 96, 100, and 99. And when I hit enter, notice I get different output. It says your average is 98.3. Congratulations. That's a high score. You deserve a pat on the back. So how did it print different output and I gave 3 scores each time? Well, if you look here, based on the scores that's given, it calculates an average. After it calculates an average, then it takes the average and compares it to see if it's greater than 95. If it's greater than 95, in an output, congratulations, that's a high score. You deserve a pat on the back. So it gives the average what was calculated, then check to see if it's greater than 95 to give you these 3 lines of output. Okay, but you're not concerned with the logic at this point. All you're concerned with is typing the code in correctly, looking at it, making sure you kind of understand how the syntax works. All right, so now once you type it in, executes it, you get your output. You need to know where the 2 files that you created, which is this source.cpp and this header file, are located. If not, you may have to do a file, like, okay, I'm clicking on source. I could do file, then I could say save source.cpp or save source.cpp as. When I do this, it's going to give me an option to save this file either on a jump drive or either in another folder that I know, and I know where it is. So when it's time for me to upload it, I can upload it to as my assignment. So say I put it in downloads. I'll click here and I'll copy my source to downloads. I'll do a save. Then I need to do the same with the header file. Click on the header file, and I'll do save header file as, and then I'll put header file, I'll go and say download. Click download. I don't think I did. Yeah, I did, I think. And save that to download. Did I save the other one in downloads? We'll see. But if I go here and then I go to downloads, I should be able to see the files that I saved. All right, let's see, date modified. All right, so see here, header.h, source .cpp. So now I know where they are, but you could have followed the path that they were saved in, but this is in a more surefire way. Then you would go back to Canvas. All right, so we go back online and we'll go back to Canvas, and I'll go back out to here, the assignment. So here, then you'll do start assignment, and then this is where you would actually scroll down and actually choose the file to upload. And I can go to download, and I can choose the source.cpp and do an open. I want the other file, so I'd have to do add another. So I'll do choose, and then I'll do header.h, do the open. And so now I have the two files that I want to upload, and then you submit the file so that I can retrieve them and grade them. All right. But if you notice here, it have submitted. It give a date and time that the two files were submitted, and it gave the two file names. So when I put in your assignment as a comment, no submission, that means no file was submitted, and pretty much you have a 0. So that's the first assignment. The second assignment, you would do the exact same thing. So I'll put the video for the second one as this one, because if you click on this link here, if you scroll down, this is the second assignment. So the second assignment, you're going to just click on that same link in that assignment 2, and then you're going to type all of this information. All right, and then you're going to have your add your header file, and you're going to compile it, and then make sure you debug it to get all the errors out, and make sure that you get the correct output, and then you're going to save them and then upload them so that I can grade them. Okay, so that's the 2 assignments.